Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Recap. I'm your host, Caleb. With me, as always, is Lauren. There's no way to sugarcoat this. I'm drunk. I've had quite a bit so much eggnog that I've become intoxicated, and it feels lovely. Of course, as you know, this is the time of year where you need to feel merry and bright.
Yeah, you gotta drink eggnog to do it.
You gotta drink eggnog until you feel sick. Now, you're gonna be tempted. You're gonna go to the store, and you're gonna see a bunch of familiar brands of whiskey and things that do versions of eggnog. And I could see how you would be sucked into that web.
Maybe they didn't know that. You can have a regular eggnog too.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and you can add whiskey. Your dad does that. I don't like the way that changes. So
you like pre-made.
You want the one that contains whiskey, brandy, and rum.
Interesting.
And you want the Amish to make it. So you want the Pennsylvania Dutch brand. They sell it in a handle. I've got a handle in the fridge. I just had a pint of it, and pint pretty quickly.
I had a Buzzball.
Yeah, Lauren had an eggnog flavored Buzzball that I picked up that I had forgotten about, and she decided to appropriate it.
I drank it.
She drank it. So it's our Christmas special, guys.
I'm wearing a Christmas sweater.
Lauren's wearing a Christmas sweater.
Caleb's got nothing to represent Christmas.
I'm wearing basketball
THC
shorts
shirt.
and a shirt that says, "Gotta have my vitamins, TH and C."
Which is pretty accurate.
I would never wear this out. I mean, my mom got me this shirt. I love it. But, I can't wear this to work.
No.
And I only leave the house, really, on days that I work.
You could wear that to a party.
Yeah. The people, they see my hair, they see my eyes. They don't need the shirt.
They know what your vitamins are.
Yeah, that's like it's like if I was morbidly obese and I smelled of pepperoni and I walked into a house and I had a shirt on that was like, I like to eat. They'd be like, yeah, I get it. We are aware.
Yeah, we can tell you're a stoner bitch.
And this is a time of year to reflect on how your year has gone. If you have family, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there who don't have family.
Yeah.
And you have no idea how lucky you are. You have no idea how lucky you are to not have any family at Christmas, because it's a logistical nightmare. It's the worst thing that you could have at Christmas.
You're trying to plan. You're trying to figure out how much time to spend here, how much time to spend there.
Oh my God. Menus. We've got a dog.
We've got a dog
we treat like a child who's not allowed at one house. So
she is our child.
It's just she is our child, but it's just a fucking mess. And there's one thing this time of year that makes it all worth it. There's this one glimmer of light.
The presents.
Oh no! Keep guessing.
Is it related to Christmas?
It's the season, yeah. There's one thing about this season that makes all of the bullshit, all of the logistical nightmares, the hubbub, the whole bullshit, it makes it all so worth it.
And it's not the presents.
No, it's a present upon mankind.
Does it have to do with football?
No, it's got nothing to do with football.
Jesus?
No, not Jesus.
I'm just thinking of the common themes of Christmas.
Jesus probably, this is such a great thing that Jesus probably had a hand in making it. He was there.
I'm drawing a blank. I know.
It's the McRib. It's the McRib, guys. If you don't like the McRib, you're wrong.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and you're wrong. It's fantastic.
I hate it. Hate the way it looks.
We keep my best friend and his dad keep a running group chat for when the McRib time of the year is out. And we just got one and photos of it in this group chat. And I've had one this year.
Yeah. I bought it for him.
Zach has had 2 and Butch has had 3.
Wow. So you're losing.
I'm losing, but I'm on a weight loss journey.
Right.
They don't.
The McRib is not part of that.
No, but if it made me happy that it came out this time of year because it makes me feel warm and merry and bright. The McRib, guys. And it's got me thinking about, this is a Christmas special, it got me thinking about tradition and how important tradition is. Now, I've had a lot of traditions growing up. Your family's huge on holiday tradition.
Gosh, yeah.
It made me think back on some of my traditions. Some of my traditions growing up were very nice, very, very good. Mm-hmm. And then there are some things that I had traditions for that I don't think were very nice.
Not so great?
No, not so great. Well, as a 30-year-old man now, I look back on this. I'm sorry, I can't breathe. I'm sorry if I'm breathing heavy. I can't breathe through my nose for some reason. Do you ever randomly just get your nostrils just clogged? That happened when I hit record. So if you hear me mouth breathing,
it's because that's the only way you can breathe.
It's because the air will not enter my nasal passages through my nose. It's just not happening. So if you hear me going, it's. I promise I'm all good. I just can't breathe. There were things that I've done that I'm not proud of around Christmas. I look back on a holiday tradition I had when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Me and my friend Zach, we would go to the casual encounters. Craigslist, yeah. We would go to the casual. I don't like how quickly you said that.
I know what casual encounters is on Craigslist. I'm fucking older than you.
Okay. I don't like that.
I wasn't on it, but I know about it. Oh, you think you're the only guy? You're the only people that pranked people on Craigslist?
Okay. So me and my friend Zach would go on there, and we would go to the New York City casual encounters. The New York City casual encounters on Christmas Eve. We spent like 5 Christmas Eves in a row together, and we would go to the casual encounters, and we would find a hooker, and you wanted to find an exotic hooker. Oh. You didn't want to find just like your run-of-the-mill fucking Little Debbie Christmas cake
hooker.
Yeah.
You don't want that Little Debbie Christmas cake.
No,
hooker.
You don't want a cookie cutter run-of-the-mill hooker. So we would try to find. I remember one year we found a midget hooker.
Oh no, a small person.
A minority midget hooker.
Oh no.
Yeah, and what we would do is we would find people's buildings that were affluent but not rich. Mm-hmm. So it's like they didn't have a doorman or anything like that. Okay. We would do a lot of research.
Wow.
And on Christmas Eve, we would send these exotic hookers to random addresses in buildings in New York City. God. And be like, just knock when you get here. I'm alone. Oh. Yeah, it's not good. And then I think about potentially, as a kid, we thought it was hilarious. You had to ask them qualifying questions to make it seem real. So you'd go because they would be like, "Oh, I need a deposit," and you're like, "Well, I'm not going to give you a deposit. I'm not sending you money. I have money here." Mm-hmm. So they would trounce across town.
Sounds like you've been ordering a lot of hookers.
Yeah, we did. We ordered. Yeah, you had to talk in code. You had to go So
you knew the hooker code?
No. We would talk. We talked in code that was funny to us. Like we would say, "You swallow them kids," stuff like that. Or we would say "Now, I understand what I'm paying for, but if I come and knocking on that back door, will you answer?" Stuff like that. And then we would send them to these random addresses. And earlier today, I was in the shower and I was thinking
You were thinking about the hookers.
No, I wasn't thinking about that. No, I was not thinking about Latrice, the fucking midget hooker. I was thinking about how many marriages we potentially ruined. You know what I mean? Or how many Christmas Eves we ruined in a house. Because imagine we were just chilling.
You sent a random hooker to an address that you didn't even know who lived there?
Yeah.
We were bad kids.
Yeah, we were. I'm trying to think of the worst thing I ever did as a kid. Not even Christmas themed. That's probably it. Because, as a kid, you'd think that... But now I'm like, oh my God, I put those women in danger. I probably ruined some holidays.
You put a lot of people in danger.
Yeah, that wasn't funny. But, oh my God, we used to just die laughing. We would just smoke pot and prank call hookers and stuff. It was so much fun. Wow. Yeah, I think that's probably the looking back, the most reckless thing I ever did besides smoke spice. Because spice was bad for you, and I smoked a lot of spice.
Spice, but not like you.
Yeah, I got some holes.
You're a spice smoking motherfucker.
Got some holes in my brain. I went 9 months heavy on the spice, almost daily.
That's wild.
Almost daily, and it was like smoking fear. It was
you never knew what was gonna happen.
No, and it was different because I remember this vividly. It was my 11th grade year, and the Extra Mart down the street, where I still patronize, they would sell me and Jordan, they would sell us cigarettes, they would sell us these...
They didn't card there.
These potpourris, and we knew the potpourris were bad for you because they said they had the label says not for human consumption.
I'm sorry, what did you purchase?
They called them potpourris. That's how they were sold, potpourris.
A potpourri for your house?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was spice.
What did it look like?
Okay, it was marshmallow leaf. So it was like these like weeds that grow out in the garden. It would be...
We could grow them ourselves, you mean?
Yeah, but then they're sprayed with chemicals.
Oh my God, Caleb.
So it was JWH 108 was the one that we were always after. JDub, we called it. Jesus. So we'd get it, and it would be like potpourri for your home, but it would have like acid green dripping writing on it, and it would say like Time Traveler 5000. And the first time, because we were always we were told about K2, which was like, oh, K2, you can just buy it and smoke it, and it just gives you a mellow buzz. And I believe the original K2 that was being sold in the area we're from at gas stations was some sort of herbal blend without the spray.
Yeah, okay.
At a certain point, they started spraying it.
Yeah.
And we thought that we were getting the mild, like, smoke a bunch of it to feel something is what we were told.
Oh, no.
So we went and got it the first time, and we had plans, me and Jordan. We had to go to Winters Mill High School to watch
a game.
To watch a field hockey game. And we procured it. We went back to Jordan's house. His parents were at work. We made a bowl out of a water bottle and aluminum foil. We each ripped so much of it, and then we had previously rolled a blunt of it.
Oh, no.
And we lit the blunt when we were driving over to Winters Mill. And I swear to God, at the same time, we're driving down a back road. I'm in the passenger seat. We look at each other and we're like, "Oh, this is not good."
That's too much.
I look at him and I'm like, "I don't feel good." He's like, "I don't feel good either," and he threw the blunt out the window. Now his car reeks of blunt. We get over there and I'm in a full blown. And let me tell you something, guys. On Halloween 9 years ago at this point, Lauren had 3 hits of acid. I ate 7 of them, and I was fine. I take a lot of... I haven't
psychedelics.
done... when I take psychedelics, I take a lot, and I'm always fine. Sometimes I'm not fine, but I get through it. I breathe through it. There's no breathing through a bad spice trip. It feels... I can't even begin to describe it. It feels like you have the flu, but also anxiety.
I don't know. The one and only time I ever smoked spice, I thought I was going to have a heart attack, and I had to breathe my way through it.
Yes.
But it was like, I smoked a bowl, shared a bowl with people, so it probably took 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah, and that was the thing.
I thought I was going to die.
You think you're going to die?
No,
yeah.
My heart literally was going to explode. I could feel it, and I was like, wow, this is so crazy. This is how I'm going to die in some chick's backseat.
Yep.
Smoked spice. Yep. And then I told the people I was with, and they were like, oh, no, just breathe. And I was like, oh, duh. And then I was fine. I was like, my bad. I just had to freak out a second.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I remember doing that. I did it one time after I graduated high school.
Oh, no.
Couldn't find any weed on a Friday night.
Desperate.
Me and Jordan were at someone's house.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't find it. And we were like, I wonder if the Extra Mart's open.
That was back before weed was legal.
Yep, we drove down to the Extra Mart, bought some shit with Scooby-Doo on it that said, Scooby Snacks. Smoked it, and we both, literally, as we're still smoking it, we're like, we're never doing this again. This sucks. And it was bad. But you know what? You know what would feel good?
What?
When it wore off.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
When it wore off and you were like, oh, I'm in the clear now.
I'm normal again.
I'm back. That was like the ultimate euphoria. Because there were times where I really did think I was going to die.
Yeah.
Just sitting.
Cool.
There were times I did it alone and was like, oh, at 3:00 in the morning. You were
going to die.
In scary woods outside and being afraid to go in because I was like, I don't want to go inside the house and have my uncle talk to me. Because
so you stayed outside in the scary
I would just sit on the deck and just listen to the sounds of the woods and be like, it was crazy. It was like I was living in a Vietnam flashback or something. I would literally sit out there, and there was a lot of wildlife in that area.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
And, like, there was a babbling brook at the bottom of the driveway, and I would hear that sometimes.
And you'd be like,
and I'd be like, oh, my God, it sounds so crisp and so clean. I should go, like, get in it. It's crazy. And then I wouldn't. I would just sit there frozen because I was convinced that if I stood up too quickly, my heart would explode. I was like, oh, my God, my blood pressure is going to be all fucked up. I just have to sit here for, like, hours. Get trapped. Yeah. That was a bad time. The spice was bad.
That sucks. Why would you continue to do it?
I don't know. To be honest, because I just was I had such a horrible relationship with the feeling of being sober.
Yeah.
I had a lot of trauma and stuff that I was trying to work through. I don't have that anymore. Now I can go. Some days I just forget to smoke weed.
That's true.
Like, there are days where it's not like I'm, like, abstaining from it.
No, he's just
but
like,
I'll
damn, I haven't smoked any weed.
I'll be like, damn, I haven't smoked any weed, and we're falling asleep. But, like, back then, it was, like, any feeling, like, waking up in the morning, I was, like, and never hard drugs. I mean, sometimes, like, if a Vicodin found its way to me, I would,
Xanny.
if I bumped into a Xanax while I was out, I mean, every once in a while, I'd be at a friend's house, I'd bump into a Xanax,
or
hey, how you doing?
An Adderall or two.
No, the Adderall was junior year is when that got bad.
Oh, okay.
I would take 3 of those motherfuckers. Let me tell you this.
Oh, God.
I would take 3 Adderalls or Vyvances when I got to the tech center. I would purchase them from Nick H. Nick H. Shout out Nick H. I think he's a mortgage officer now. I would buy them from Nick H. and he would wrap them in aluminum foil like a little swan or something.
Ooh,
and he would
that's cute.
He would go meet me. We had water fountains in the class there, and he would go meet me at the water fountain, and I would get behind him. And I swear to God,
he would leave a little
he
swan?
would reach into his pocket and put it on the water fountain, and I would reach around him as if like I was going to put my hands on his hip and grab it and then put it in my pocket. And then I would take a drink and I would immediately go, I need to go to the bathroom because you can't take pills openly in class.
No.
So I would be like, I need to go down to the bathroom. And I would go down to the bathroom. I couldn't take a water to the bathroom because it was suspicious. So I would save. It was a long walk down the hallway.
You were baby birding water all
Dude.
the way to the bathroom.
I would hold it in my mouth. I would be like, and I would hold the water in my mouth, and I would get down to the to the bathroom because in the halls there were people and stuff, and there's
no water in the halls.
No.
Oh.
There were in
you
there.
had your
It was
own
in the
water. Okay.
and this is the problem: is the culinary kids. You could never take a pill in the hallway because the culinary kids and their teachers would be walking up and down selling stuff that they made that day.
Oh, you can sell it.
Oh yeah, they would sell. They would do break
so
cart,
sick.
and we would get like personal pizzas and stuff and chocolates. But
that sounds awesome.
so yeah, that was awesome because I used to smoke a ton of weed before I would go there, and then I'd go to the break cart and like each thing was $1.
Oh.
So I'd get like a pizza, a cheesecake.
For like $5.
I was 130 pounds back then. I would eat like a motherfucker, and then once the Adderall kicks in, you don't eat the rest of the day. So I would baby bird this water. I would go down to the hall to the thing, and I would have to drop them in the water in my mouth. I would take them. I would go back to my classroom, and at the classroom that I went to school for Cisco cybersecurity and computer networking.
Whoa.
So I'm a CCENT certified network engineer, no big deal. So
doesn't that shit expire or no?
I think it does. I don't know, but it was
like that was a long.
But I'll tell you what, when I worked at that large clothing retailer when I was in high school, like right out of high school, doing cyber stuff, they were paying me like
so more than you deserve.
Dude. If I was still at that company, I'd probably be making close to $200,000 today. It was crazy how much.
You should have just stayed your ass there. I didn't know him then, guys. I didn't know him.
I was such a fuck up that I would just not go to... I had an office job. Mm-hmm. I had all of these things. I would literally not have to work that much. And everything that... It was like a step above help desk where I was like a network guy. And dude, it was such a good job that I backed my ass into. Like... It was just it was like winning the lottery, and I would
just stayed there and been set for life.
I really could have. I was like one of the largest clothing retailers in the world, still is, and I got
also right down the street from our house.
I got a job there, in the selling clothes. I had to find a job where I could smoke weed at night with my friends because all of my jobs, I would work at night, and I was like, McDonald's. Oh, my friends are
His job at
Walmart,
McDonald's.
yeah. And I'm like, my friends are smoking weed at night without me and playing FIFA and watching movies, and I can't have that. So I went there and I got a job in the catalog. And I remember this mean.
I'm sorry, in the catalog?
Yeah, old people, no.
Oh.
Old people would not use the internet. They would call in and place orders. So you would have the catalog in front of you.
My God.
And then an old guy would be like, yeah, I want to order up a pair of them dungarees. And you'd have to be like, which ones? And he'd be like, the M95s. And you'd have to go to M and then find the 95s and talk to him about his inseam and all this other shit. Dude, it was crazy. So I did, dude, and the lady who trained me was this like 60-year-old 4'11" black woman with short hair who was, dude, she hated men. She hated men, and she was such no nonsense. Like, like I like to joke around, and normally at jobs, she'd be like hush, and I'd be like, oh, right. So after like 3 weeks, I went to the lady who was in charge of the retail operations.
Right.
By the way, just asked my manager who was like, who's your boss?
Yeah.
And I went to that person and I was like, I'm gonna quit if I have to sit with fucking Rosa Parks out there any longer.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
I'm sorry.
Did she look like Rosa Parks?
Yes, exactly. With the B haircut, like the short, like with So I was like, I'm gonna quit, and she was like, well, what else can you do? And I was
anything.
I was like, well, what do you have? She goes, you can work in the cafeteria.
Oh.
And I was like, no,
Next.
I don't want to do that because you had to work at night.
Oh.
You had to work, like, come in early and stuff. And I was like, I won't be doing that. And I was like, I think I'm just gonna quit. And she was like, you can go to the place where we pack the clothes.
Oh.
And I was like, I won't be doing that either. And she was like, well, let me ask you this. This woman, I don't know why she did
really
this.
wanted you to stay.
She was like, what can you do? And I was like, I'm a Cisco certified CCENT network engineer. And she was like, hold on. She goes, she gets another lady. This lady comes in and starts asking me technical questions.
Right, yeah.
I was certified. I knew them.
You were fluent in it.
No, but this is the thing is I really was. Like, she was asking me questions and I was like,
yeah,
I was on Adderall. And she was like, oh my God, like he's certified, whatever. They leave. They come back with another guy named Juan, who's a retired professional baseball player.
Yeah.
He hires me.
Ah.
He asked me a couple things and he's like, yep, you're hired.
You're like, for what?
Dude, this is the craziest thing. They were like, you're going to be a network analyst or whatever. I was like, okay. And it was like an immediate triple the salary they were paying me. I was like, oh my God, okay. And then, dude, this is the craziest part. This shows you where my mind was at the time. Is I was like, so I'll start in 2 weeks. And I was going to take 2 weeks off to just smoke weed, but that's where I was at.
They were like, no, come back tomorrow.
No, they were like, you're going to go to lunch. Oh. And then when you come back, you're going to shadow Juan. And I was like, okay. But like, that's where I was at, is that when they offered me this job.
Wanted to go smoke weed.
This job, which by the way, was in like the 60s, the high 60s, when in 2012.
I was going to say.
2012. And I had no prospects or anything. Like, my checks were like, I didn't have any. I forget what I did. I elected out of their health insurance. Yeah, and my checks were like $2,400 every 2 weeks.
And he didn't save a dime of it.
No, and I would buy so much weed. I would literally buy like federal prison amounts of weed.
Jeez.
And just smoke it with my friends.
That's so wild,
dude. And I would never go to work.
What?
They gave me so many chances, and I'd be like,
why did you just no show?
Dude,
no call?
Dude,
nothing?
this is the craziest thing, is that one time I was late for work and I was like, yeah, I came out and the window in my car was broken, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was like, that's what me and my friends, while we were smoking the morning's blunt, came up with. They're like, just put your window down and say that someone broke into your car. And I was like, oh, dude, that's such a good idea.
No.
I put the window in my 95 Thunderbird down. Okay. I go there. I called out that day to say I had to like deal with it and wait for an insurance person.
Yeah.
But it was payday. So I went there to get my check and the lady came out. She's like, let me see your car. I was like, and I was so cocky. I was like, yeah, no problem. And I had left it running and she came out and fucking hit the button.
No, she didn't.
She
and
did.
It rolled up and it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she goes,
I was like, oh, yeah, I got it fixed. She's like, I thought you were waiting for the insurance person. And I was like, can I have my check? And I never went back.
Oh, my God, Caleb.
Isn't that so fucked up?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's where my head was at. And when I got fired, I didn't give a
It's such a good job to lose.
I know. I never went back, and I never worked in computers again.
Yeah, that's true.
I just let all my certifications. Yep. And
jobs
dude,
that you've had, because he's had a lot of jobs since I've known him. He's a job hopper.
Whoa. Okay, that's not fair. Okay.
Okay, what?
Because for the last 5 years, I've worked in one industry.
We have known each other for 10 years.
I know, but for the last 5 years...
How many jobs have you had in 10 years?
Do I or do I not have an actual career?
You do, and I'm very proud of you. It's awesome. I'm
right.
So
the first 5 years
grateful.
of our relationship, yeah, I bounced around.
There was
there was a week at Dish Network.
I think you worked at Dunkin' Donuts one time.
I worked at UPS when I met you.
I worked at a roofing company.
An HVAC company.
What about the upholstery place?
The garage door place. I was an upholstery place. Now that upholstery place was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because the woman was addicted to opiates, and so was her husband, and they would lie to each other about how many opiates they had, and they would fight in front of me. Yeah. And she would also.
And your coworker was.
Well, here's
crazy.
the thing. So the guy's name was let's say his name's Wolf. Let's just say hypothetically his name was Wolf.
Yeah.
He's in Narcotics Anonymous, court ordered, because he nodded out. This man is like 65. He's got gold hoop earrings in both of his ears. Mm-hmm. He's maybe 6'7" tall, and he's like 120 pounds. He's skin and bones.
So skin.
He's old as fuck. He has a severe opiate problem, but it's court ordered. Now his wife looks like a troll, and she's about 5'2". She waddles. She was in some sort of bad car accident when she was younger. Mm-hmm. She had her spine fused. She can no longer not be upright. She can't bend.
Right.
Okay.
And somehow they both own this upholstery.
Yes, they own this upholstery place. She this dumb bitch. She doesn't. Okay. She doesn't. She gets opiates prescribed to her.
Because she's in pain.
Right. She gets opiates prescribed to her. He would either take them, she had to lock them in a safe, and he would still figure out a way to take them. Or he would stop working. He would just stop working, and he would tell her, I'm going to need a perk if you want this order filled. And they were husband and wife. And they would fight, and then he would come back from lunch sometimes, and he would just smoke cigarettes. But when we were done work at 3:00 or whatever, sometimes I didn't have a ride till like 4 if the guy I worked with, who was also insane and a drug dealer, if he couldn't take me home. And I would just sit with them in their living room, and they would smoke cigarettes, and they would watch the Game Show Network. And they had a poor daughter with cerebral palsy, or one of them, and they would yell at her.
Oh no!
He would be like, "Shut up already!" You know,
dude,
trying to watch
we need to
Wheel
call
of Fortune.
somebody? No, they were yelling at her because of Wheel of Fortune was on.
Well, she was in her room, and she would just make like these horror. Dude, it was fucked up.
She was in her room by herself?
No, the mom would go in there and hang out with her, but he would be like, "Shut up!" Oh my god! So that didn't work out. Sad. Oh yeah, it made me sad.
I hate this.
I quit them with zero notice. Yeah, but now I have a career, or whatever. But
yeah,
I went a long time with just hopping around to unsavory jobs.
Worked at a comedy house one time.
A what?
Goobies.
Yeah, I worked at a comedy club, and I told the owner that I had the flu. So I could go open for one of my favorite comics.
Yeah, and he
at a different club, and I told him that I was sick, and I went to the other club thinking that no one would post photos of me, and like someone here's what happened. Here's what happened. Lauren took a photo of me. Oh, no.
He commented on a separate photo.
Yes. Somebody commented on Lauren. Lauren posted a photo of us. Someone and tagged me in it. Someone commented and was like, "Girl, is he a comedian? He's so funny. I just saw him at Church of Satire Friday night." And the owner of Magoobies commented, it was like, Friday night he was sick. What do you mean you saw him? She's like, "Yeah, I saw him at fucking at the Church of Satire."
Girl, she didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and
no.
he was, that was a mess. Shout out Andrew. Shout out Andrew, boy. I had to block him because he kept sending weird stuff.
Yeah, he was weird.
He's weird. He did a lot of cocaine, I believe, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Don't do cocaine. I saw somewhere online that like all the cocaine has fentanyl in it.
I'm sure it does. We have a friend.
Although at some point, like, do you have a tolerance to fentanyl? If you've been doing it this whole time in little bits and pieces, or
I don't know. I've never done a snortable. I've never snooted.
Back in the day, I was like, I would do it. I would do coke.
Yeah.
But not now.
Okay. I never wanted to do it because I was always told that Adderall was stronger than cocaine, like the feeling of it. And I was like, I don't want less than this.
Oh. Well, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to feel up. I'm up all the time. I like to
feel down.
I want to feel as down as possible. I want to get my heart rate right above where I would be unconscious. Yeah, I want to rest hard. Rest hard. I guess we ought to get into the thing
the whole
here.
point of this.
Yep. So this is the Christmas special, guys.
It is Christmas in 2 days.
Yep, we did so this movie came out April 12th, 2002.
Yeah, we picked one of your movies.
Number one. Yeah, we did a random generator for the winner. Shout out Treasured by Earth. Shout out Chelsea, the official crystal retailer of the Weed Cap. She won. So Chelsea.
And her movie. Wait, are we gonna say her movie or are we gonna wait?
Let's. You know what I think we should do?
What?
I think we should save this movie. Do it for the next episode. Do
a whole
length
dedicate
on it.
a whole.
Yeah,
I agree.
Chelsea.
I agree.
Okay, Chelsea, you won. Get in contact with us when this episode is dropping at 9:00 tonight.
Yeah.
We'll
send you a gift card.
Yeah, and we'll send you a gift card, or if you want Venmo or whatever. Either way, you won. Shout out Chelsea. If you need any sort of crystal knickknack or healing crystal or anything, Treasured by Earth on Instagram. She's an OG Crow. She's been a long time listener of the Weed Cap. We appreciate her. And we wish everybody who's listening a wet-ass Christmas.
Yeah, thank you for everybody who contributed to the contest, too.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you, everybody. We want to do some special...
We like doing stuff like that, hopefully.
Yep. We're going to keep doing some stuff like that. We got some fun stuff planned. Maybe some where you guys pick which movies we go see in theaters. We're just going to be doing more of that, but got some special Christmas shout-outs real quick here.
Oh.
Yeah, just a couple for a couple of my people. Shout out to No Yeah Totally Dude, my guy. Shout out to him. I hope you have a wet-ass Christmas.
Yes.
Horror Hockey Forever, my guy Craig. I hope you have a wet-ass Christmas.
Hope it's juicy, Craig.
J.Lixef, also known as J.Life, my SoCal aunt. Shout out to, I believe his real name is Jetfi or Jaffi. I might be wrong about that. That might be something that I've fucking made up in my head.
You've made up in your head. Either way.
We hope you have a wet-ass Christmas.
Sloppy Christmas to you.
Adam Wagner, 1987. Another one of my guys.
Your guys.
From Instagram. Always participating.
Your IG guys.
Yeah. We want to wish you a sloppy dripping Christmas. Sloppy dripping Christmas. Alfredicus, my boy. Al, my guy.
Have a wet Christmas.
Al, we hope you have a delicious wet Christmas.
Wet Christmas to you.
And yeah, shout out. I said, did I say Nito?
No.
Oh my God, maybe it's Nito. Oh my God, fucking love that guy. Hope you have a wet ass Christmas, Nito.
Christmas is dripping
and throbbing. And then one last throbbing ass Christmas to Andy in 614.
Okay.
614. Shout out to Andy. I believe he's a fantastic artist, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. He does a lot of visuals and stuff. So
cool.
Shout out to him. Shout out to all of our aunts. Shout out to Rupert. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Rupert for sure. Shout out to Reviewing History Podcast.
Wow.
Shout out to all of our friends from TESE Town.
Wow.
Yep. Shout out to everybody. We want you all to have a sloppy ass Christmas, and we will see you next Monday for maybe a special. Yeah, we're gonna do
the movie. We're not gonna tell you what it is.
We're not gonna tell you what it is.
If you go back and look at the
came out in 2002. I'm gonna hide her comment. No one will know.
Oh.
We're going to 2000. We're gonna take a trip to 2002. I'm gonna drink Zima. It's gonna be our New Year's special. We're gonna get fucked up.
Hell yeah.
Yes. We love you. Have a great Christmas.
Listening.
Thank you for listening
Merry
to the Week Cap.
Christmas.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.